that they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire
28
the A-Team.
Hello, fellow SDMers. We are Team 28A. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, Stanley Black & Decker.
Who can make your hair curl and paint the town? Who can stir things up and cut them down to size? Black & Decker. That's right, Black & Decker. And we're a whole lot more than we used to be. We're innovative ideas that work for you all over the house. Kitchen and garden, bathroom and workshop, with ingenious new products that make your whole life easier. Black & Decker. Ideas at work.
Thank you, Stanley Black & Decker. They have been around over 175 years, serving many generations of makers and doers. Today, Stanley Black & Decker's Radical Innovation Group is working with our team to understand what the future holds for the single-family home.
Hello, and welcome to the future. We're pleased to introduce you to our team project, iMetaHome 3.0. Something, AI, and blockchain. You're probably thinking, wow, that's a really cool logo. I would love to pay hundreds of millions of dollars to declare ownership of it on a digitally distributed ledger. Well, you're in luck, because our team is so far on the leading edge of technology that we've already converted our logo into an NFT and posted it for sale for 74 million Ether. Stanley Black & Decker has also consistently positioned itself on the cutting edge of technology within the household. So let's go take a look. Jeremy, over to you.
Thank you, Jason. I'm going to introduce you to the system that we'll be working on throughout the semester. Your typical suburban single-family household. Here's a breakdown of the operational environment of this system. This specific model, built inside the metaverse, was absolutely free because it was built by Orson's children, Isaac and Lexi. Thanks, kids. Stanley Black & Decker wants to know what the future of electrified single-family homes will look like. So let's venture through some of the basics. Let's turn it over to Shaitan outside.
Thanks, Jeremy. You can see where the electricity for our iMetaHome comes from. It is produced by a combination of sources, including non-renewable or carbon-emitting sources like this coal-fired power plant, or renewable and non-carbon emitting sources like this windmill. Both in the metaverse and in the boring real world, homeowners are increasingly more concerned about climate change by generating our own electricity via technologies like residential solar photovoltaics. So let's go take a look at the roof. Here on our roof, we are generating our own residential electricity using this solar photovoltaic subsystem. I'm now going to throw it over to Jason to take us inside.
Thanks, Shaitan. I'm here inside the garage of our metaversial single-family house system. A typical single-family home system has a variety of other spatially partitioned living spaces, each one with its own primary value-delivered function. When we combine these different subsystems together, we arrive at a magical property called emergence. Our house becomes more than just the sum of its subsystems and appliances and living spaces. It becomes a home that provides us with security, independence, safety, comfort, control, and even a little bit of personality. So here I am in my garage. The primary value delivered function of a garage is to store things like vehicles, tools, or miscellaneous supplies and equipment. I use my garage to admire my beautiful Tesla Cybertruck. The metaverse is so realistic, it looks just like the real thing. And I would know. Now let's go inside this MetaHome and see what other subsystems we can find. Here's one called the kitchen, the primary value delivered function of which is storing, eating, and attempting to cook food without catching it on fire. Here's another subsystem called a living room, commonly used for entertaining, relaxing, and socializing. Inside of this subsystems is a key appliance found in many homes, a widescreen TV, which I use to yell at football games and totally not cry while watching the finale of The Mandalorian on Disney+. I will always love you, Grogu. We also have a deck outside which we can use for socializing and lounging and escaping our in-laws when they come over to visit. Now I'll go downstairs to see what more can we find. This is a big room that I still need to furnish. I plan to turn it into a home office and a gym so I can study systems engineering, telework with my teams, and ride my Peloton all at the same time. Walking past my home theater, we can get to my utility room. Let's go inside. It looks like we have two more vital subsystems within a zero-emission single-family home system, the battery and the inverter. It looks like my battery is running pretty good. It's got 73% charge and it's pulling energy from my solar panels right now. I like having my battery fully charged because I'm able to sell back my excess electricity to the utility company, or I'm able to sell it to Jeff down the road. These are just a few of many components within a single family home system. Before we close out, let's talk about a few other things from the TA's checklist. Over to you, Orson, in the home theater.
Thank you, Jason. Now, let me get this presentation up and running and full screen. So let's first talk about system stakeholders, which include customers, internal partners, and external partners. So after our initial meeting with Stanley Black & Decker, they sent us their initial infrastructure, and that helped us to start framing the problem. Next, we want to talk about our system boundary for our project, which is here within the red square. After figuring out where to start, we piloted our ideation session with our TA, Bruce. It was a good pilot, and we actually learned a ton from our quick 2-hour session. We are super excited for this project and look forward to seeing what else we can do. So that is our presentation. Thank you all for visiting us in our metaverse home and to see what the future looks like.
Thanks for visiting.